رسول الله أما بعد. This is our second session of the fiqh of al-akhuwati fi dinillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this second issue is just as important as the first issue. And again, we're only touching the surface. I mentioned to you that some Muslims see and understand brotherhood from the prism of their hizb, their jama'ah, their madhab, their masjid. And this is not what we're talking about here. Al-Islam has a number of characteristics, khasa'is, special characteristics that are unique to Al-Islam. And from them is Al-Alamiyah. It's international. Everybody can be a Jew, everybody can be a Christian. The Bible says that Jesus said he only came to the lost sheep of Beni Israel. So I'm not from Beni Israel. I don't know why my parents are Muslims, are Christians, because according to their book, it's only a religion for Jews, according to their book. The Jews call themselves the Sha'bullah al-Mukhtar, Allah's chosen people. They don't want you inside their religion. Al-Islam is Alamiyah. It's for everybody. Inna ad-din inda Allah Islam. The religion for Allah, to Allah, is Al-Islam. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ جَمِيعًا. Tell them, Muhammad, hey people, I'm a messenger to all of you. White, black, green, purple, and even the jinn. So the brotherhood of Islam is universal. It's not your group. So if a person is Salafi, he only sees his Muslim brother as being the one who is Salafi, like him. He doesn't see the Muslims who are innovators, whether they have knowledge or they don't have knowledge. He doesn't see them as his brother. He sees them as his enemies, his real, live enemies. As a matter of fact, his hatred and animosity and enmity towards that innovator is worse than it is towards non-Muslims. I've seen people like that. Brahwis, Deobandis. There is this thing between practicing Muslims that is deep. The sectarianism and the killing that comes as a result of it. People kill each other in certain places as a result of this hatred. As Allah mentioned in the Quran, كُلُّ حِزْبٍ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. Every group is happy with what he's doing in his group. That's not the brotherhood we're talking about. We're talking about the universal brotherhood. Regardless of your color, regardless of your madhab, regardless of your hizb in your group. And this is why all of these groups should be avoided. All of them. Ikhwan Muslimin, Jamaat Tabligh, Sufism, and even the Salafi group. Meaning what? You all got to be Salafi with me, and that's not from our religion. As for understanding the religion, the way the Salaf of this ummah understood it, and buying into that, that's wajib upon everybody. But you don't have to be calling yourself Salafi running around. No, it's haram for you to be with, this is my group, Salafi brothers, these are my brothers only. So I'm going to give them their haqq, and I'm going to no. We're not talking about that. We're not talking. And I want you guys to be sure about that. You guys understand that? Is there any ambiguity in what I'm saying? We're talking about the universal brotherhood of Islam. Which brings us to the second issue. And that is, the brotherhood of Islam has levels. Darajat. Darajat al-akhuwati al-islamiyati. The levels of the brotherhood in Al-Islam. Brotherhood in Al-Islam has levels. You guys know how in Al-Islam there are levels, like a Muslim, the one who has Islam is a Muslim, that's the lowest level. And then the next level is Al-Iman, he's a Mu'min. The Mu'min is higher than the Muslim. And then the highest level in Islam is Al-Muhsin, Al-Muhsin, the one who has Ihsan. So you have Islam, Iman, Ihsan. Muslim, Mu'min, Al-Muhsin. Everybody should try to be a muhsin. But if you are a mu'min, alhamdulillah. But the least you have to be is a Muslim. But don't say, I just want to be a Muslim and I'm satisfied. You have to have what is known as ulu al-himma, high determination. Try to pray in the first row on the right side. There was a companion, Prophet Muhammad heard him making dua, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He said, oh Allah, I ask you for a white castle on the right side of a Jannah with a window facing this way. Prophet Muhammad actually heard what he said. He said, if you ask Allah for a Jannah, ask him for Al-Firdaus, because it's the highest part of the Jannah. And over Firdaus is the Arsh of Allah. So that's the Prophet's way of saying, shoot for the stars, man. You're in school right now, don't try to get a C, try to get an A+. Shoot for the stars. If you miss the stars, if you miss it, you'll hit the moon, you'll hit something high. But if you're one of those people who say, man, I just want to pass, that's all. I just want to see, that's all. That's not the Muslim way. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, inna Allah yuhibbu min al-abdi idha amila shay'an and yutqinahu. Allah loves from his slave when his slave does something to do it to the best of your ability. إن الله كتب الإحسان على كل شيء فإذا قتلتم فأحسنوا القتلة وإذا ذبحتم فأحسنوا الذبحة. Allah wrote perfection on everything. If you slaughter, slaughter well. If you kill, kill well. ليحد أحدكم شفرته وليريح ذبيحته. Let each and every one of you sharpen your knife really good so as to spare the suffering for the animal. So you have to try to do the best that you can in whatever you do. So the 3 levels of brotherhood. There is the least level. But don't say, I'm just going to be the least and do the least. No, there's a higher level and a higher level. But this first level is the least. It's the least one. And everybody has to be on the least one. So what are the darajat of al-akhuwa? The first level of brotherhood is not to make an adha. Not to make an adha. Not to bother your Muslim brother. To hurt, harm, to annoy him. Don't do anything to hurt him, to harm him, to annoy him. That's a level of brotherhood. And hurt and harm can be physical. It can be ma'nawi or hissi. It can be something that's figurative or real. Like, don't hurt him. Don't draw his blood. Don't hurt him. And it could be mental as well. It could be like not physical. Look what Allah said in the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Al-Muslim man salima al-muslimuna min lisanihi wa yadihi." The Muslim is the one who the other Muslims are free from his hand and his tongue. So don't bother the Muslim with what you say with your hand. Don't bother him. Don't annoy him. He said this hadith, and it's applicable to most people who are in al-Islam. يا معشر من أسلم بلسانه ولم يدخل الإيمان في قلبه لا تؤذوا المؤمنين أو المسلمين ولا تعيروهم. He said, oh you people who have embraced Islam with your tongues, but Islam has not entered into your hearts, do not annoy, do not bother the Muslims. Okay, we're all saying we're Muslims, but our tongues are a problem. I'm not talking about people outside of this room. I'm talking about people in this room. What we say about people, we shouldn't say. It's not our business. No benefit. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? He's your Muslim brother. So a lot of people, this hadith, Ya ma'ashara man aslama بِلِسَانِهِ وَلَمْ يَدْخُلْ الْإِيمَانُ فِي قَلْبِهِ لَا تُؤْذُوا الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Oh, you people, you became Muslims by your tongues. Al-Islam, Al-Islam, unity, Al-Khilafa, Al-Jihad, Al-Salafiyya, Al-Sunnah, Sunnah. You're Muslim with your lisan, but Al-Iman is not in your heart. Don't bother the Muslims. A lot of ayat. Look what Allah said in the Quran. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْذُونَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ بِغَيْرِ مَا اكْتَسَبُوا فَقَدِ احْتَمَلُوا بُهْتَانًا وَإِثْمًا مُبِينًا. Those people who bother and annoy the believing men and the believing women for what they didn't do, Allah is going to deal with them a grievous punishment because they made a buhtan. So when you say someone did something that he didn't do, you say he's an innovator. You're lying on the man. Because he or she did something. You say you're kafir. You're lying. You know these hardcore people, Daesh, ISIS, these hardcore people, put Muslims outside of Islam. What are you talking about? Al-adha, to bother, and it's Allah. The person is teaching, and you're in the audience playing around. That bothers the teacher. It annoys him. Don't do that. Shows the importance of adab in our religion. So many examples. Look what happened. Look what happened, guys. Look what happened. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to not like bad smells, foul odors. He didn't like it. And that's why 3 things he would never refuse. If you gave him milk, he would drink it. If you gave him a pillow to recline, he'll take it and lay down on it. And if you gave him perfume, even if he had perfume on, he'll take it and put it on. He loved good smells. His companions were sitting there and he could smell them because they usually only had one set of clothes. At the beginning of Islam, they were poor. And the clothes in the wintertime was from the sheep. He could smell that. He said to them, حَقٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ يَوْمٍ يَغْسِلُ فِيهِ رَأْسُهُ وَجَسَدُهُ. It is an obligation on every Muslim that he has to wash his whole body at least once every 7 days. That doesn't mean you wait for 7 days to wash yourself. That means like if you have a job that prevents you from showering every day, like you're out in the middle of the ocean in those rigs, you know, those tough jobs. You're in Iraq and you're putting out the fires in the oil fields. I mean, those are tough jobs. So you can wait 7 days to take one ghusl. But normally the Muslim is going to clean himself every day. But when he smelled that, he put something, he addressed it. Because that annoys him. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, men akala min hatayni al-shajaratayni al-khabithatayni fala yaqrabanna masjidana. Whoever eats from these 2 filthy, dirty, nasty trees, don't come to our masjid. فَإِنَّ الْمَلَائِكَةَ تَتَأَذَّى مِمَّا يَتَأَذَّى مِنْهُ بَنُو آدَمَ. Because the malaika are annoyed, they're bothered by the same things Bani Adam is annoyed by. So he didn't allow us to eat onions and garlic and then come to the masjid. Why? Because when you smell that on someone's breath, it's offensive, it's annoying. Hey, you guys, hey, I'm like your uncle, I'm like your father. I'm here to tell you, as boys, you guys got to be on top of your hygiene. The boy is not like the girl, especially the girl. A mother has to tell her, can't be walking around here stinky. Can't be walking around here like that. Because our religion said, at-tahur shatrul iman. Cleanliness is half of faith. You have to wash your feet. You have to wash yourself. Walking around stinking. Your pillow, once you see your pillow is almost black from dirt, sweat, no problem, that's normal. But don't let it get to that point. You got to change your underwear. You got to change your clothes. That's the religion. Because if you come out like that, now Muslims will look and smell you and say, these guys are barbaric. If Muhammad and the religion was true, why are they walking around like that? And you go to any Muslim country, you'll find we're really lacking in hygiene, our bathrooms, our toilets. So that annoys the person, and it annoys the malaika. to have offensive odors. So what about the one who smokes? You are annoying your wife. You're annoying people. A person who has bad breath. And ikhwani, this is the importance of nasiha. That when we have this real brotherhood, you'll go and you give advice to your brother. You're not going to leave the one who needs the advice and say, hey man, did you smell his breath? Do you smell his feet? Yo, this guy's feet. You're telling the wrong person. And we're going to come to that in the last session. So to annoy the Muslim is a problem. You know who annoys the Muslims? The munafiqun and the kuffar. They're the ones who annoy the Muslims. So what the President of America did and said the other day about Palestine, why have a knee-jerk reaction and go crazy? This is what they do. Muslim has to have fiqh. How do we do? I'm not surprised that man said that. This is expected. Relax. Relax. But what about what we're doing to annoy the Palestinian people? By forgetting about them and so forth and so on. So don't annoy the believers. And a lot could be said. He was given the khutbah to Jummah, and there was a man who started from the back and he started walking in, cutting the people's shoulders. And you know, if you're sitting there making dhikr, reading the Quran, and someone comes and if he does it nice, it's going to catch your attention. What about the one who does it with his knee and just push you over like that? You're going to be like, when the Prophet saw that man come, he said to him, Ijlis, laqad adayt, sit down. You annoy the people. You bother the people. So on Jummah, how many people annoy the Musallin? How many? Dude is on a telephone, man, in Salah, and his phone is going off. We're praying and his phone is going off. And Jummah, he's reading this thing, talking on the phone. So much annoying. He mentioned an authentic hadith. So many examples. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا كنتم ثلاثة فلا يتناجى اثنان دون صاحبهما فإن ذلك يؤذي المؤمن. If you people are three together, two of you should not whisper so that the third one can't hear, because that bothers him, that annoys him. Adab in al-Islam. So annoying people is a lot. It is a lot. Don't whisper, you two. He said that bothers him. So don't do it. He mentioned to the people, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Iyakum wal julus bit turuqat. Beware of sitting on the streets, just hanging out, chilling, kicking the woolly bobo on the street, just hanging out. They said, but Rasulullah, we have to hang out on the street. It's hard. We got to be out there. He said, إِذَا أَبَيْتُمْ فَأَعْتُوا الطَّرِيقَ حَقَّهُ. Okay, if you have to, then give the road its rights. They said, what's the right of the road? What is the right of the word road? He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, غَضُّ الْبَصَرِ, lowering your gaze. رَدُّ السَّلَامِ, giving salams to people when they come by. وَعَدَمَ الْأَذَى, Adam and Adha, and not bothering people. Don't bother the people. How do you bother the people? Many ways in the street, many ways. The way you park. Some people have no fiqh. So he pulls up. When we pulled in here today, there were about 12 cars or whatever inside of the park right here. So we came a bit late, but before Fajr, let's just park right here. Whoever wants to leave, we just gonna stick him in, get him stuck. You annoying me, man. The Imam gets up and gives a khutbah. I have 30 minutes for this khutbah. Don't give me a khutbah for no hour. I gotta get out of here. A person is sick. A person is sick. You go and you stay, visit him in a long time. No. You come to the person's house, 2:30 in the morning, 3:30. He opens up the door, he has his pajamas on, and he's yawning, and he has sleep in his eye, he just woke up. And when you open the door, you say, is this a bad time to visit? Yeah, man, it's a bad time for you. You're annoying me. What's wrong with you? So, al-adha, listen guys. You see that hammam? A hammam. Al-adha is for you to use that hammam in the wrong way. That after you come out, the next person that goes in there, you left a mess. You didn't flush the toilet. You got stuff all over the place. It's dirty, it's nasty. These are just basic, simple issues. So again, ikhwani, I'm not in agreement with the person who wants to come and teach us about some high levels of knowledge, because those things are important. They are important. But we just need to learn the basics of our religion. The basics of our religion. You know, you guys are young. You know, when people get older, they call them old grumpy men. And the older you get, the less tolerant you are. You don't want to hear no noise. So when you bring your child to the masjid and the people are praying and your kid is running around, unsupervised, doing the lecture, doing the prayer, doing Jummah, you are annoying our shuyukh and the people. You're annoying them. Playing loud music in the street. Annoying your neighbors. The man is arguing with his wife, raising a voice, their voices. The neighbors can hear that. Annoying, annoying. So the point is, don't annoy the Muslims. Don't annoy the Muslims. Don't park bad. Don't throw your garbage in their garbage. You have your own bin. You have your own bin. But every time you leave for Fajr, you go into Fajr, you throw stuff into his bin. On your way to Fajr. I think you guys get the picture. Don't annoy people. That's the least level. That's the least level. Abu Dhar came and said, Ya Rasulullah, there are a lot of things to do with Islam. They can overwhelm me, overpower me. What do you say I should do? He said, yeah, there are a lot of things of Islam. He said, Kufu an al-nas sharrak, فَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ صَدَقَةٌ لَكَ minka. He said, hold back hurting and harming people. That's a sadaqah that you give to yourself. You may not have money to give, fi sabilillah, every week. Can't give 50 pounds. You don't have skills, no problem. Help the community by not harming. Don't be one of those people giving problems. Don't be one of those people creating problems. Second level. Higher than the first level. And if we practice the second level, we'll have less problems than what we have today. This whole ummah. It's probably one of the most difficult hadith to practice and concepts to practice. And that is second level, higher than the first one. Love for your brother what you love for yourself. Everybody knows the hadith. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه ما يحب لنفسه. None of you truly believes you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And don't be from the mutaffifin. الذين إذا اكتالوا على الناس يستوفون وإذا كالوهم أو وزنوهم يخسرون ألا يظن أولئك أنهم مبعوثون ليوم عظيم يوم يقوم الناس لمن؟ لرب العالمين. Al-Mutaffif is a mushkila. Double standards. You judge your friend with one standard and your enemy with another. You judge yourself with one standard and the people with another standard. No. In Islam, love for your brother what you love for yourself. You don't want your brother to talk about you, then don't talk about him in his absence. In a way that's not acceptable, in a way that's not correct, and when it's unnecessary. Don't do it to other people. You don't want the people doing that to your daughter, don't do it to their daughter. Look what happened, Ikhwani, to this man who came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was like you guys, very young. He had ikhlas, and he was sincere. And he was dealing with the struggle of a shahwa. I have sons your age. They have shahwa. Daughters your age. And the daughters have shahwa as well. How do we know the girl has shahwa? Because of that principle. The men and the women are twins to each other. Whatever's applicable to men is applicable to women. So it's not okay for me to just be worried about my sons. I better be on top of my daughters as well. The young man, he had ikhlas. He came in front of the people. He said, Ya Rasulullah, i'dhin li bizina. Let me make zina. Because he was sincere. He could have just went and did it on his own. But he knew it was haram. So he was like, hey, it's necessary. Let me do it, Ya Rasulullah. When the people heard him say that, the people said, ma. He's like, uskut, don't say that. Prophet Muhammad told the people, take it easy. He said, come here. He said, do you want people to do that to your mother? He said, A'udhu billah. Wallahi, Ya Rasulullah, may Allah make me your sacrifice. I don't want that to my mother. He said, and the people don't want that for their mothers. You want it to happen to your sister? He said, A'udhu billah. Ja'alani la fada'ak. May Allah make me your sacrifice. I don't want that for my sister. He said, and the people don't want it for their sister. Do you want that for your daughter? The boy wasn't even married. He was young like you guys. He wasn't even married. But when you get a daughter, you want that for your daughter? A'udhu billah. I want that for my daughter. You want that for your khala? You want that for your amma? And then he took the boy, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he made dua for him, and that thing went away. Allahumma khfir dhanbahu wa hassan farjahu wa tahhir qalbahu. Allah forgive him for his sin. And also Allah purify his private parts. And purify his heart. So this hadith has a lot of benefits in it. Whoever makes zina, you're doing that to someone's mother, daughter, auntie, sister, or somebody. You want them to do that to you? Love for your brother what you love for yourself. That's what that hadith is saying. Another benefit of this hadith is, do you see how the boy made a sin in public? He made a sin and he said, let me make zina. And everybody in the community heard what he said, saw what he said. But Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dealt with him gently and nicely. So when I make a sin and I make a mistake that people hear about, I want them to be gentle with me and easy with me. I want them to try to understand me and help me, not destroy me. Okay, well, when I know someone else did something, then let me treat them the way I want to be treated. That sin that he made, don't you go out and broadcast it. I went to a trip overseas and I needed a what's that serious thing you get for your tooth? What is it? A what? Abscess. Now, when they fix your tooth, but it's a root canal, that you got to kill the nerves and all that. My tooth was hurting so much I wanted to bang my head against the wall. And he was doing a big holiday. So a Muslim brother came, alhamdulillah, and he did work on my tooth. SubhanAllah. Took that pain away. I'll never forget that pain for as long as I live. Those of you who have migraines, you never forget that pain. So we have some people who may not agree with us. We have some different opinions, as I told you. Some people, their understanding of brotherhood is within the prism of their group. I'm Salafi, my brother's only Salafi people. I'm Ikhwani, my brother's only Ikhwani. I'm Sufi, my brother's only Sufi. Brawi, that's my brother. No, we're not talking about that. So these people didn't agree that I don't take everything that their Shaykh says. Because everybody, his words are accepted or rejected except one person. Whose words we can't accept or reject? What's his name? Huh? What person can we not reject what he says? What's his name? Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I said, I don't take that. I bring the dalil. They got upset. He's a muqtadi. May Allah break his back. Allah break my back. Maybe say, may Allah give him a toothache. That's bad enough. But you want Allah to break my back. They don't really mean it that way, but look at the visual of that. May Allah break his back. Because I don't agree with your Shaykh. And that's the level of hatred and enmity and animosity some of us have with other Muslims. Just because he believes you could do 20 rakat in Ramadan, and this one says you can't go past 11. He has a point of view. He has a point of view. Don't make dua to Allah. Not that he gets a toothache. Not that he gets a migraine. Not that he breaks his back. It's not worth all of that. It's not worth all of that. So the second level, ikhwani, is love for your brother what you love for yourself. وَإِذَا قُلْتُمْ فَعْدِلُوا. If you talk, be fair and just. Say the truth. When you talk about people, say the truth. Because when they talk about you, you want them to tell the truth. So someone wants to prove something's wrong with you, and he makes up lies to prove that. He takes out of context the reality. You don't want it for yourself, don't do it for other people. Alright? Last one, the last level, is the level of al-ithar. Al-ithar. Ithar, without the al-ta'rif. Ithar. So you can spell that E-E-T-H-A-A-R. Ithar. Al-ithar. I'm going to say it, and I want you to say it. Al-ithar.
Al-ithar.
Gotta say it together, man. Al-ithar.
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 Al-ithar in Arabic, al-ithar, it means to give someone preference over yourself. It's your right, it's your haqq, but you give it to someone else. This tea, someone brought it for me, it's mine, it's my haqq. But someone comes, my brother, I say, tfaddal, and I give him preference over myself. You're in the first row, right behind the imam. You turn around, there's someone who memorized the Quran better than you, but you in the first row. And it's better praying in the first row than that row where he's in. You say, tfaddal, Shaykh, tfaddal. And you give him your space and you get out of line. That's ithar. You had every right to pray there. You're sitting in the chair. You got that chair. You were there first. Someone comes in, you give him the chair. You arrive to the door first. You can go in first, but you see him coming. You let him go. That's ithar. You're driving. I don't know how it is in Coventry, but in Birmingham, doing the school run in the morning and doing the school run in the afternoon, there's a lot of traffic. A lot. So everyone is rushing. You come to the street, the roundabout, whatever, and it's your haqq to go. Your haqq. But everybody's rushing. And no one will let anybody else go in their way. That's how accidents start. If you try to, because everybody wants to get there. You see that person, it's a Muslim, tfaddal. Everybody has that road rage in the morning. Everybody. Because everybody's rushing. I got to get my kids to school on time. So we're aggressive and we're driving. And I can let them go through. I ain't letting you go through. No way. It's mine, me, myself, and I. I'm not going to go anywhere except turn into the traffic. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to turn into the traffic and be stuck like Chuck. I'm not going anywhere. But I ain't letting you go before me. That's all. I'm going to be stuck right here. No. Let your Muslim brother go. Al-ithar. That's the highest level. Allah said in the Quran, Ikhwani, describing the Muhajirin and the Ansar. The Muhajirun are the people who made hijrah from Mecca, and they gave up their homes, their wealth, their families, and they came to Al-Medina with nothing. And the people of Al-Medina embraced them when they came, the Brotherhood of Islam. So Allah Ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, لِلْفُقَرَاءِ الْمُهَاجِرِينَ الَّذِينَ أُخْرِجُوا مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ وَأَمْوَالِهِمْ يَبْتَغُونَ فَضْلًا مِنَ اللَّهِ وَرِضْوَانًا وَيَنْصُرُونَ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الصَّادِقُونَ. Listen, Allah described the Muhajirin. The spoils of war for the fuqara from the Muhajirin. Those people who made hijrah and migrated from Mecca to Medina. They're from Mecca. These people are looking for Allah's pleasure. And they're looking for Allah's reward. They fight in the cause of Allah and they help Allah and His Messenger. That's why they gave up all of what they gave up. Allah said they are the sadiqun. That's a tazkiyah from Allah for the companions from the Muhajirin. They are sadiqun. And the people of the Shaykh come and say, no, they're kuffar. That's why we say they're not Muslims. They're outside of Islam. They're not our brothers. So don't come and tell me about getting close with Shia, because they're not my brothers. So those are the Muhajirin. Now Allah mentioned the Ansar. Now pay attention now. He said about the Ansar, وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوُّؤُوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ يُحِبُّونَ مَنْ هَاجَرَ إِلَيْهِمْ وَلَا يَجِدُونَ فِي صُدُورِهِمْ حَاجَةً مِمَّا أُوتُوا وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ وَمَنْ يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Look what Allah said about the people of Medina. The people of Mecca, I want to ask you guys, the people of Mecca, the Muslims, the Muhajirin or the Ansar, which one is better? Let me ask you, who's better? Abu Bakr or Umar? Who's better in the religion? Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr. Who's better? Who's better in the religion? The Bedouin Arab that urinated in the Prophet's masjid, or the Mahdi? Who's better? The Bedouin Arab that urinated in the masjid, or the Mahdi? Which one is better out of those two? Huh? The Bedouin is better, because the Prophet's companions are better than everybody else. Which one is better? The people who accepted Islam, the Muhajirin, or the Ansar? Which group is better? Huh? The Muhajirun are better. They're better in Islam. You have the first 10 people promised Jannah, and then the Muhajirin. They're the best in Islam. Allah mentioned in this ayah, after talking about the Muhajirin, He said, and the people of Al-Medina, those people who, when they came and they made hijrah to them, they didn't have anything in their hearts against them. And they had no problem with what they were given over them. And they used to prefer them over themselves, although they were poor. And whoever is saved and protected from being stingy, he'll be from the successful. When the Prophet died, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you recall, the Ansar, they met up with the Ansar. They were going to choose an emir from themselves. When Abu Bakr heard about that, Abu Bakr and Umar, some of the Muhajirin went, and Abu Bakr said, what are you people doing? They said, we're going to choose an emir from ourselves, and you people choose an emir from yourselves. Abu Bakr said, no. I heard the Prophet say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the Muhajirin are the leaders. The Muhajirin is the Khalifa. The Muhajir is the one who's going to be the Khalifa. They are the leaders. They are the Umara. And the Ansar, you're the Wuzara. You are the ministers. You can't be the leader over them, because they're better than you. They became Muslims before you, and because they became Muslims, they're better than you. لا يستوي منكم من أنفق من قبل الفتح وقاتل أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا وكلا وعد الله الحسنى. So they became Muslims first. Plus their lineage. They're from Quraysh. You're not from Quraysh. They're better. So Allah established here that those people are better, but these people prefer them over themselves. And I just give you one example of their many. One example, Ikhwani, is what happened with the companion Abdurrahman ibn Auf. He's one of the 10 people promised Jannah. When he left from Mecca and he came to Medina, he was a wealthy man back in Mecca. Abdurrahman ibn Auf, one of the 10 people promised Jannah. He came from Mecca and he came to Medina. When he came to Medina, it was at a time where the Prophet used to put 2 men together. You're from Mecca, you come and live with me. And while living together, we're brothers. If I die, you inherit from me. If you die, I inherit from you. So when they were together, this man said to him, his name is Sa'd ibn al-Rabi'. Sa'd ibn al-Rabi'. He said, look, Abdurrahman ibn Auf, I got 2 wives. I'll divorce one of them, the one that you want to marry. I'll divorce the one you want to marry, and you marry her and I'll give you half of my money. Now, I really can't imagine. As it relates to the wife, I can understand, but maybe if someone wants to divorce his wife, he's going to say, okay, I'm going to divorce the wife that can't cook. I'm going to divorce the wife that's a bit overweight. I'm going to divorce the wife that give me a hard time. I'm going to divorce the wife that don't respect me. She's rough, tough, her personality. You know, that bad lady. I'm going to divorce her and you can marry her. He didn't do that. He said, you choose. I can't imagine that. And he said, I'm going to give you half of my wealth. Now, if one of you guys moved to Liverpool, where I live at, and I'm the imam, and I have about 1,400 pounds saved up, me give you 700 of my 1,400 pounds. I'm going to give you half of it, 700 of my 1,400. It's going to require a lot of effort for me to do that, because I have so many responsibilities. But that's how those companions were. Here's half of my wealth. Whatever money you have, however money you have, whatever you have. Can you imagine giving that half to someone who needs it? And you're offering it. He didn't come and say, I need it. You say, I just want to be a brother to you. He doesn't have to do that. That's ithar. Now the interesting thing is what Abdurrahman ibn Auf did. That's what's really interesting. Because Abdurrahman ibn Auf said, La wa barakallah fi ahi. He didn't say La barakallah fi. Don't say La may Allah not reward you. La wa barakallahu fi ahi. Fi malik wa fi ahli. May Allah bless you and your family. He said, Dullani ala tariq. Just show me where the marketplace is. I don't want any welfare. I don't want any welfare. I don't want welfare from the Muslims. What about welfare from the kuffar? The hand that's given the sadaqah is better than the hand that is taking it. And that upper hand is a Muslim hand. What about when the upper hand is the non-Muslim hand? And then I'm going to come, Al-Islam, Al-Jihad, Al-Khilafa, the Sunnah. Come on, brother. Just show me where the marketplace is, because I know how to hustle and I know how to grind. I'm going to go and make my own money. And that's what he did. He didn't marry any of his women. They take any of his money. He went to the marketplace, started making money. He knew how to make money. And then the Prophet saw Abdurrahman one day, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he saw in his clothes was something that had been washed. He said, what is that, Abdurrahman ibn Auf? A proof that the Prophet was not Hazir Nazir. Anybody know what Hazir Nazir means? Any of you guys know what Hazir Nazir means? Yeah, that the Prophet is omnipresent. He's everywhere. You know, our brothers Bengal from Pakistan, his brother Bro, he's like that. They believe Prophet Muhammad is everywhere. He's with us right now all over. This is one of the many hadith that prove he's not everywhere. Or why would he say, what's that? The lady who used to sweep the masjid, she was a black lady. People thought she was insignificant. She died. The people prayed janazah over her. It was his sunnah. His sunnah is that when he didn't see someone for a long time, he would say, where is so-and-so? That's the brotherhood. Where is so-and-so? I didn't see that black lady around. Where is she at? That's his sunnah. That's the brotherhood in Islam. That you ask about your brother. Where is he at? What happened to you? I haven't seen you around. Are you okay? He said, where is that lady? They said, she died yesterday or so long. We prayed janazah over her. We don't want to bother you because she's insignificant. He said, come on, let's go. Everybody went to her. He prayed the janazah over her, and she was buried already. And it was the second prayer, showing her virtue. Him saying, where is she? If he was Hazar Nazar, if he knew everything, he would ask that question. And these people insist that Prophet Muhammad is Hazar Nazar. Insist. And then we want to have a knee-jerk reaction to what Trump said about Palestine. Palestine is a direct result of how our ummah is, how our brotherhood is. So as the khatib, for me to get on the minbar after he said what he had said, and I just agitate the Muslims. Let's go burn American flags. That's not the way. The way is practicing your religion. Right here, being brothers one to another. So Abdurrahman ibn Auf Radiallahu anhu, he didn't take any sadaqah. But the point here is, what he did, radiallahu anhu, is a sign. What was done for him, what was requested on his behalf for him, is the ithar that the companions used to have. And they used to have tarbiyah on that, al-ithar. Leave it for the next person. Leave it for the next person. And one of the battles in Islam, we're going to leave that because time is rushing, time is flying. And I have one more session that I have to do, but we're going to see what's going to happen. But we're going to stop right here. And if you guys have any questions about al-ithar, about the darajat. So the first one, the arkan of al-Islam. Akhi, Liban, you weren't here for the first session, right? Let me ask you. Al-Islam, the Brotherhood, has arkan, 3 of them. Do you know those 3 arkan? Huh?
The ones that we just went through now.
You know them?
There's the 3 levels that we just went through now.
The levels. But do you know the 3 arkan? Now, he doesn't know, and the reason why I did that was not to embarrass him, but to show him, to show you guys. You took some information that many Muslims are not aware of. If you don't come to this lecture, you don't know those are the arkan. What does it mean? That's not to blame him. He had to do something for his hoyo, I think, or his kid. He had to take his kid to the madrasa. So I had every reason to go, and he told me I'll be back at this time, and here he is. But he didn't hear the arkan of Islam is a tawbah, as-salat, az-zakat. If you ask him, one of the arkan of the ukhuwah is a tawbah. Can you explain how that's one of the pillars, a tawbah? Can you explain that to us?
Based on my...
Yeah, based on that, yeah.
would be the lecture, the hadith comes into my mind, which is in order for the one who's a brother in the heavens to have mercy on you, to have mercy upon mankind as well. A total would be enabled to...
We talked about that, but we connected that to something else, the brother's question. How is a tawbah a rukn from the arkan of al-akhuwah, a tawbah? Were you here, Abdul Rashid? You weren't. The point I'm trying to make is not to stump him or embarrass him. The point is, he wasn't here, so he's excused. He's excused. But you were here. And our ummah needs to be reminded, and they need to be taught about the fiqh of al-akhuwah, so that we'll have a better appreciation for it to be able to practice it. Afwan, excuse me, I don't want you to feel any kind of way. You're my main man, 50 grand. So I know if I did that with you, you're not going to go out and cut me off and boycott me and stuff like that. Because the goal and the objective was to show you guys we need to study this stuff in this type of setting. Okay? Any questions about the darajat? The darajat of al-akhuwah. Tfaddal. Irfa صوتك. ما اسمعك. ها؟ The Shiite, show them ithar. Generally, as it relates to ithar, you should show mankind kindness and ihsan. Doesn't just have to be a Muslim. Doesn't just have to be a Muslim. You should love for yourself what you love for everybody. That's a universal rule. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. It's not an Islamic principle, that's universal. So treat your neighbor the way you want to be treated. Treat non-Muslims the way you want to be treated. That's what Allah said in the Quran. وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ عَلَىٰ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا اعْدِلُوا هُوَ أَقْرَبُ لِلتَّقْوَىٰ. Don't let the fact that people hate you, they're your enemy, don't let that stop you from being fair and just. Be fair and just. That's closer to taqwa. So you got to be fair to everybody. As for ithar, ithar, you don't have to give anybody ithar because it's your haqq. It's yours. It's my water. This is my water. I'm the next one in line. I have my ticket. I'm the next one in line. Right? I'm going to board the plane. And I'm going through that, the security. I'm the next in line. Some non-Muslim comes and say, excuse me, that plane's getting ready to leave out. They're going to close the gate. Can I just go? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. That's ithar. And remember the principle, as you do, it'll be done unto you. What goes around comes around. That's a principle. As you do, it'll be done unto you. You're nice to kuffar. Some kuffar you're going to have in your life, they're going to be nice to you. That's the sunnah of Allah. Sunnatullahi fil ladina khalaw min qabl. وَلَن تَجِدُ فِي سُنَّةِ اللَّهِ تَبْدِيلًا. You do right, it'll come back to you. Not always, but it's going to happen. So no, akhi, that's a good question. Excellent question. Ithar is your right. It's your haqq. You can give it to whoever you want to give it to. You can give it to whoever you want to give it to. And that's Allah Ta'ala has given our community ithar and tafdeel. In Sahih Bukhari, he said the example of our community is the example of a man who came. He said to a group of people, who wants to agree to work with me, work for me, from the time that the sun comes up until Salat al-Dhuhr, from this time to that time. And I give you one qirat, $1, £1. Some people say, we do it. He said, okay, you work from that time to that time, give you one. He said, and who will work for me, and that's the longest time, from Fajr to Dhuhr. It's a long time, and they get one qirat, $1. He said, and who would like to work for me from Dhuhr time to Asr time for one qirat? Less time than the first group. Less time. Second group said, we'll do it. He said, okay, you do it. He said, now who wants to work for me from Asr time to Maghrib time for $2? 2. They did less time than both groups, but they get more money. The third group said, we'll do it. Prophet Muhammad said, this is the example of my community. The first community are the Jews from Fajr to Dhuhr, because they had a lot of prophets and a lot of messengers in their history. A long time. And then the second group, Dhuhr to Asr, and Nasara. They just had Isa ibn Maryam, and he was there for a short time. And then our group, we had the shortest time with our Nabi. We had the shortest time, but we get double the reward. So those people who worked for so much time, they came and said to the man, why is it that we work longer and they get more money? The man said, ذَلِكَ فَضْلِي أُؤْتِي مَنْ أَشَاءُ. That's because it's my money. I'm the one who agreed to the conditions. I do it to whoever. If I want to give you 10, I give you 10. If I want to give him 20, I do him 20. It's me, it's my money. I'm the one who makes the decision. So I'm giving them al-ithar over you. But I'm not oppressing you because you agreed. I didn't make you. So that's ithar. It's your haqq. So you can give it to whoever you want to give it to. Okay, Ikhwani. What time you have to stop, my man? 10 minutes. All right, the last part of our session. Session number 3. And there are other issues we could have done here. I told you we were just going to scratch the surface. Last session number 3. We dealt with the arkan of al-akhuwa. We dealt with the darajat of al-akhuwa. The third one, haquq al-akhuwa. Haquq. Haquq is the plural of haqq. Haquq al-akhuwa. And anybody hey, put your hand over your mouth, your right hand. Anybody want to translate huquq al-akhuwa? How do you translate it? The rights of the brotherhood. We have a lot of rights. A lot. A lot. In Sahih Muslim, Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, the Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, haqqul muslim ala muslim sittun. إذا لقيته فسلم عليه. وإذا دعاك فأجب. وإذا عطس وحمد الله فشمته. وإذا استنصحك فانصح له. وإذا مرض فعده. وإذا مات فاتبعه. He said the haqq of a Muslim on another Muslim is 6. When you meet him, say Assalamu alaikum. When he invites you to his walima, his aqiqah, to his house for lunch, whatever he invites you, then go to the invitation. It's wajib. It's his haqq. If he asks you for advice, give him good advice. If he sneezes and says Alhamdulillah, say Yarhamakullah. If he becomes sick, go and visit him. And if he dies, follow his janazah. Each one of those issues has fiqh. Each one of those issues is a khutbah for Friday. When you meet him, give him salams. Hey, you know the fiqh of salams is something we gotta learn. The one who was younger gives salams to the one who was older. The one who's sitting down gives salams to the one who's standing up, or the one standing up. The one who's walking gives salams to the one who's sitting down. The majority gives salams to the minority, gives salams to the majority. You give salams coming in, you give salams going out. As-salams, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh maghfiratuh. You give salams to the Muslims and not to the non-Muslims. To your brother. So much stuff. He says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, لَن تَدْخُلُوا الْجَنَّةَ حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا وَلَن تُؤْمِنُوا حَتَّى تَحَابُوا أَفَلَا أُدُلُّكُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ إِذَا فَعَلْتَمُوهُ تَحْبَبْتُمْ قَالُوا بَلَى يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ قَالَ إِفْشُوا السَّلَامَ بَيْنَكُمْ. You won't go to Jannah until you love one another. And you won't go into Jannah until you believe. And you won't believe until you love one another. Should I tell you something that will cause you to love one another? They said, what? He said, spread the salams. One of the signs of Yawm al-Qiyamah, salams would just be to people who you know. So when I'm Salafi, I only give salams to Salafi people. That's it. I don't give salams to nobody else because you're not Salafi. I'm Brelwi. I only give salams to Brelwi. Only the people I see with green turbans on, I got love for them. I give salams. La ya akhi. That's not the brotherhood of Islam. That's not the brotherhood. When I see a Muslim and I'm traveling and I can see he's a Muslim, I'm going to say Assalamu alaikum because that's my brother. And when he invites you, you have to go. If you don't have something that prevents you from going, you should go. It's aqiqahs, walimas, nikah, whatever it is. And when he sneezes, hey, Yusuf. And when he sneezes, hey, Yusuf. When a person sneezes in Islam, when we sneeze, hacho, we don't say, excuse me. And then the people who heard you sneeze say, God bless you. That's what Muslims are doing now. Excuse me, God bless you. When we sneeze, what do we say? Alhamdulillah. If you hear a person sneeze, say Alhamdulillah, wajib. You got to say back to him, Yarhamakullah. And then he has to say back to you, Yahdikumullah, and so forth and so on. So all of those are from his huquq. But these are the 6 things that the Prophet mentioned because you're doing them every day. It doesn't mean they're the only ones. There are many other ones. Many. He said, Unsur akhaka zaliman aw madluman. Help your brother, whether he is oppressed or the oppressor. That's his haqq. How do we help him if he is oppressing people? Stop him from oppressing. A lot of haqq. From the haqq of the brothers, you give them gifts. Tahadu, tahabu. He said, give gifts, and it will cause your love to be fostered. That brotherhood. So many huquq. So many. Allah mentioned in the Quran, لا تأكلوا أموالكم بينكم بالباطل. Don't devour your money in what is haram. Look what happened with the Prophet ﷺ. He came. A man was selling some dates. Prophet Muhammad put his hands in the dates and he felt it was soggy. The dates were mushy and soggy. He said, what happened? Another proof he doesn't know ilm al-ghaybi, not hazard nazir. He said, what happened? The man said, Ya Rasulullah, my dates were out and it rained and they got on those dates, so I took them and put them in the bottom. I put the good ones on the top. So that when the person comes, he said he gets the dates, but he doesn't know he's getting the bad dates. He said, put the bad ones on the top so that the people can see. Can't cheat your brother, rip him off. You're going to sell someone a car, and your car that you're selling them has 500,000 miles on it, and you turn the thing back and you say 12,000 miles. Can't do that. Can't sell him milk that went out of date, is spoiled. It's not totally off yet, but it's going to spoil, and you give it to the people as a businessman. Can't do that. He puts his jacket up there. We don't need no CCTV in the masjid, but we have to have it. Because if we don't have it, people are going to steal people's jackets and their phones. That's his haq. He left his phone right here. That phone should stay right there. Don't come and take his phone. And then people take the person's phone. His haq is his privacy. You go in a man's phone, you see his business. So there are a lot of huquq between the Muslim brothers and sisters as well. Being gentle, being soft, all of these things. But we don't have time for all of that. We were going to give you some more examples, but we finished our time. So we're going to stop here, inshallah, with these 3 things. We'll deal with some more issues, maybe in the future, next time we come back through, or maybe even in our class today. Allah A'lam. We're going to see how it goes.
جزاك الله خير المال ووجه زادك الله علما ونورا نسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى يبارك فيك وفي أهلك وفي مالك وفي علمك. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward the Shaykh and to increase him in knowledge and enlightenment, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put it in his scale of hasanat, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who listen to the speech and act and adhere by it. Inshallah, this is the ending of our session today for the intensives of fiqh of brotherhood. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who benefit to this beautiful reminder. Inshallah, quickly, if the sisters have any questions, they can write it down, inshallah, and bring it. And as well, if the brothers have questions, they can they can put their hand up. Tafaddal, inshallah.
I want to ask a question about the deed of
Tafaddal.
with regards to veganism.
Paganism.
Veganism. Some people, they say, like, I spoke to a few people with regards to, and on the topic of veganism, and they say he's a Muslim, as a Muslim individual, they don't want to eat meat because they believe that the meat is harmful for them. But we know as Muslims the meat is halal for us, and Allah would not make something halal for us that would harm us as our body. And we know that because Allah has made this meat halal for us to eat, clearly it's not something that's harmful for us. Of course, if you take something in large quantities, even though it's halal for you, it could still harm you, even though it's good for you. But with regards to vegan people, if someone decides not to eat meat, what are the conditions which would allow a Muslim to stay a vegan? And what conditions can they be a vegan?
If a person wants to be a vegetarian or a vegan, it's permissible for him to do that. And he just can't say that this is haram, and he can't say there's no good in eating meat. It's diametrically opposed to what's in the best interest of the health of people. He can't say that for the reason you mentioned. If it was haram, Allah would have made it haram if it was harmful like that. So he can't say that it's haram. قُلْ مَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يُحَرِّمُ مَا أَحَلَّ اللَّهُ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ مِنَ الرِّزْقِ قُلْ هِيَ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا خَالِصَةً يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Say to them, Muhammad, who has the nerve and the audacity to make haram what Allah made halal from the good things in life? This is for the believers in the life, and the non-Muslims. Yawm al-Qiyamah is just for the believers. So when the tayyibat come, you can't make it haram like some of the Muslims. Can't drink Mountain Dew, can't drink Coca-Cola, can't drink Starbucks. Why? Because Jewish people own that. No, that's what are you talking about? We got to boycott that. If you want to boycott, you can do that, but don't put that on everybody else. Second thing is, although things are halal like meat, some meat does have a problem, even from the Sunnah. Like the cow's meat. Prophet Muhammad told us if you drink the milk of the cow, wash your mouth out and don't go to sleep like that. There's some bacteria, that's a problem. And he also said, Inni akrahul baqarah, I don't like the cow. Not that it's haram, but cow's meat is not like lamb, fish, and chicken. Doesn't mean it's totally bad, but something is going on with that cow, that there's something in it. So it can have some issues, not like it's totally 110% like without any harm, but the good outweighs the harm. So if a Muslim